Hello, hello, my friends. How are you? Come on into the craft room. We're going to chat pumpkins. I am giving away these free pumpkins. 100 of you have grabbed them so far, and I have more to give because we're going to have a pumpkin crafting contest. I'm going to show you some ways that you can put them together for today and the next few days. I'm going to show you a bunch of ways that you can bring yours together, but I want to see your creativity. I want to see what you have. Creativity can just run the gamut, and it is just so inspiring to see other people's creations. And that is one thing that I am super excited about this crafting contest because I can't wait to see all of the entries, you guys. It's going to be, I've never done anything like this. I've never really done a contest like this. Hello, Angel. If you are watching on YouTube, tell me hello. If you're watching on Facebook, tell me hello. I would love to say hello. And if you're catching me on the replay a little bit later, tell me hello because I still love to chat with you. Hello, Debbie. Hello, Kim. I'm super excited. I've done little snippet videos about our free pumpkin and I shared it with you guys Monday. And I thought, we're gonna craft one together today. We're going to craft one together on Friday. We might craft one together tomorrow. And I'm going to show you just all kinds of different ways of how you can bring these to life yourself. Okay. So sprinkle this video out. Go sprinkle the daisy seeds. Okay. So that everybody can join us. Hello, Karen. It's so good to see you. Hi, Sherry. Hello, Marissa. Hey, hey, Dixie. All right. So if you're in the Dream Makers group, which is our private membership group, which if you're not in there, you need to be in there because we did some painting today. Super, super fun, super adorable. Anyway, in our subscription this past month, in our monthly box, you think it's a great idea? I'm excited. I'm excited to see everybody's creations and pick a winner for the grand prize. I'm going to have other prizes as well, and I haven't told you what those are yet. But yes, you're going to get a 3-month subscription to the Dream Makers group. And I promise you're going to want to continue it after the 3 months. So, like I said, there's going to be other giveaways, but you gotta get in, get your free pumpkin. I am going to post a link here that takes you to getting the free pumpkin. You do have to pay for shipping. Okay, that's the only thing. Shipping is a beast. Shipping is a beast all across the country, and I'm not Amazon. So, as much as I would love to eat that cost, I just can't. But I'm giving you a free pumpkin. Y'all want to see this one come together? For those of you that are in the Dream Makers group, you saw us use this technique on our owls. Super excited. Super excited. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and paint my stem brown. We're going to get that done. And we're going to do some fun stuff. I'm so excited to see how this turns out. We're also going to be using this. Is this not the cutest napkin at all? Is this not the cutest napkin at all? That doesn't make sense. Isn't this the cutest napkin ever? One of them, the plaids. So I've taught you guys how to paint plaids, but that can be a little bit intimidating. Hello, Brenda. Hello, Deb. Deb, the win on your little owl. That was so cute. I loved it. I'm definitely putting so many people created the owls this month, and I'm going to put them together in a little montage for a video so everybody here can see all the things that we did. So I'm super excited. Maureen says the VIP group is the best community for creativity and inspiration. Come and join us. You really should. So if you want the free pumpkin, you can comment harvest and it'll send you a messenger with the link to get your free pumpkin. If you want to go ahead and just come on into the Dream Makers group right now, you can comment dream and I will send you the link for that one. Karen, I'm using this napkin. And for those of you that are in the Dream Makers, your boxes are going to ship September 15th. This napkin is going to be in yours. This is one of the napkins in your boxes. Okay. You love plaids, very classic. Okay, so that's what I was saying. I've taught you guys how to do plaids before, as far as painting them. Um, but not everybody has um the bravery, I guess, to try it, which I want you to try it, but we got our tried and true plaid on a napkin as well. So let's go ahead and get our stem painted. Totally agree with Maureen. Angel says she can't wait to get hers. Kim says, come on and join us. Hello, Bonnie. It is so good to see you. All right. I'm going to grab, and we're just going to probably do a couple coats on here. We might bring in some other color just to make it look a little bit more natural. Well, and I probably shouldn't go down. No, I think we're all right. A bit of blending in this. Ooh, look, I just slid that right into my paint. Now that you are back home, your goal is to finish the owl this weekend. You need to finish it this weekend. That way you can get into the drawing for Happy Meal. All right, so let's add a little bit of this color, if I can get it open. This is just kind of a white creamy color. I don't need very much because we're just going to kind of shade it. Not shade it, but like do some. Dress the pumpkin stem up a little bit. There we go. Let's get a little bit more dark on this side. There we go. We got our pumpkin stem. Okay. Let's see. You're so excited about this. So many ways are running through your head. It's driving me crazy on what I'll do. There are so many ideas, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Hold on. We're going to do something over here. We're going to be in them. Good evening, Benita. Hello, Connie. Hello, Diane. All right. So if you're in the Dream Makers group, we did this technique, okay, with our parchment paper. We're going to cover this with Mod Podge, and we're going to put parchment paper over the top of it, but we're going to crumple it up, and we're going to make this really textured, and then we're going to attempt to put a napkin on top of it. So if you want a lot of texture, take it, crumple it up, wad it up, undo it, and then crumple it up again. The more you do this, the more texture it's going to have. Let's count how many paintbrushes you use. Oh my gosh, I'm terrible at that. I use so many paintbrushes. I was using 3 at one time this morning. So parchment paper isn't going to tear super easy. But just take a little bit of caution. You don't want to, it can rip, but it is a little bit more durable. So just make sure you're using parchment paper and not wax paper. Look at that. Oh, and we did this the other day too. I didn't cut it big enough, but I think we did. And then we're going to Mod Podge the napkin on top of it to get that texture as well. So look at here, look at here, look at here. I'm so excited to see how this turns out. Hello, Tristan. Hello, Connie. Ooh, hold on. I need, there we go. Okay, so when you're doing a parchment paper, you need your Mod Podge to be wet, because if you do the iron technique, you're going to iron out all those beautiful creases that we actually want on our pumpkin. This is going to be very, very textured. So let's give it a really good dose of Mod Podge here. And then we're going to put that on top, and then we're going to dry it, and then we're actually going to put more on it and Mod Podge the napkin. So the napkin's going to be all kinds of textured as well. Let's see, there's something on there. All right, I think we're good. Let's get a little bit wet over here. I've got lots of ideas for you guys. And so if you have got your free pumpkin, or if you're thinking about getting your free pumpkin, number one, why think? Just do it. It's a free pumpkin. Grab it, and I'm going to be showing you all kinds of ways of how you can bring it together, okay? But I want you, Dixie said you could also tear it up in pieces and build it in layers. Great idea. Hello, Vicki. It's so good to see you. All right. I don't want to press too much because I don't want to press all of my wrinkles out. And if you got creases and crevices in it, that's fine. The more textured it looks, I think the better. Go ahead and get some drying on here, and then we'll just knock the rest of it off with some sandpaper. You could also do this with like a brown paper sack. You could also do that. Your brown paper sack is going to be um, a little bit heavier duty. Right? Maureen says you're never going to know if there's wrinkles in the napkin this way. Those wrinkles in the napkins can be a doozy sometimes. All right. Let's see. Should I have done? I think we're going to put a bow or something here. So I'm not going to be too worried about that being perfect on my dinner. All right. Let's sand all these off. And I'm going to show you what Dixie was talking about, how you can tear this and build it up in layers. We might do that because we might as well use this extra parchment paper that we have since it's too big for our piece. Ta-da! Look, we have a super textured pumpkin. Look at all that texture. You definitely could do both sides. I mean, I want you guys to use your imagination when it comes to creating your pumpkin, okay? Because I'm just excited to see all of the entries. And so far, we've sent out close to 100 pumpkins. So that's 100 different ways that you can bring your pumpkin to life. You guys are going to get so much inspiration just from seeing everybody else do their pumpkins. It's going to be amazing. But Marissa said you could do it on both sides. That way you have a reversible pumpkin and use some little blocks to hold it up if you want. It's a great idea. So I'm not sure. I've actually never done this. This is what Dixie was talking about, how you can tear it up and make it textured. I'm not sure how it's going to look with our napkin. We're going to see. We're definitely going to see. All right. So you can just add more and more and more texture on this. Oh my goodness. I love it. Should we do it or should we just do? Let's go ahead and do it. We're going to go ahead and do it. We're just going to do it. And then we're going to cover up all of it with our napkin and get our design. All right, so let's do. Oh, this is fun. You don't have to be like perfect when you're doing projects like this. And then we're going to add some florals to this. There are no rules when it comes to decorating your pumpkin. I mean, obviously, you need to keep it PG, but outside of that, I don't have any rules for you guys. All right. Now, let's go ahead and put some more texture on here. And we might. Do we have enough? I bet we have enough. Press it down, press it down, press it down. Did y'all hear that you can get this pumpkin for free? Did you hear that? We might need to crumple up a little bit more parchment paper. Maybe not. I mean, it doesn't have to be in every spot, does it? Nah. We can make it however we want. And I think we're going to have just enough. All right. It's probably a little bit there. Let's go ahead and get all these down. Well, I don't know if that's going to work because we have it over the tops of some. Press, press, press. Let's get them all attached because I know they're all touching the glue on some spots. I know some of it has the paper underneath it that doesn't have glue, but I think it's gonna work. Right, Lindsay? Lindsay said it's going to be so fun to see all the different designs. I'm so excited. So, kind of the rules. Sunday is the last day that you're going to be able to get your free pumpkin. And next Wednesday, I will also be live. I'm going to be live throughout the next week, just showing you different ways to create your pumpkin. Okay. Bring your pumpkin to life. So make sure you are subscribed here. Make sure you're following all the things. And you know how social media likes to not give notifications. Make sure you come back here every day because there will be something for you guys to give you inspiration. Um, so Sunday is the last day that you're going to be able to get the free pumpkin. And that means on Monday, which is Labor Day. Labor Day's Monday. Can y'all believe it's already September? We could do the pieces on the other side. Yeah, you could totally do that. You won't, you're overbought, but you missed the free pumpkin. You didn't miss the free pumpkin. You can still get it, Benita. You have until Sunday. You have until Sunday. Let's get some underneath that because it doesn't look like it's sticking very well. There we go. All right. Completely lost my train of thought. Monday will be the last day that I am milling them. And then you have 1 week. You have 1 week to decorate your pumpkin and get it loaded into, and you're going to get a piece of paper. When you get your pumpkin, you're going to get a piece of paper that has all the details. So you don't have to remember this, okay? But you're going to get the pumpkin and you're going to load it into a post. It is actually here on the page right now. It's pinned to the top of our page. But that's where everybody is going to load their completed picture. And check this out. Hold on. Well, that one folded. Let's just get rid of that one. Actually, maybe we'll use it. Yeah, we'll just go with it right there. We're gonna have to Mod Podge around the edge or sand around the edge again just a little bit. You guys are voting. Okay. Did I tell you that? I don't even think I've shared that. You've enjoyed seeing all the owls this month, Roxy. So many people have loaded their owls. I am so happy. I'm right there with you. I have really enjoyed seeing them. And that's what I think. Sharing your pieces, it just gives other people inspiration on how they can bring theirs to life. They may take something from my creation, then they may take something else from someone else's creation and just create their own. And that's the one thing that I just absolutely love about creativity. So next Sunday, well, this Sunday is when the pumpkin will be have to be milled by, but then you have a week to put it together. And then as the community here, you guys are all voting. You're all voting. And I'll explain how to do all that. It's going to be super easy. Kind of reminds me of paper shade. Yes, you're voting. So you're going to be able to go to the post that has all of the pumpkins loaded in it. They all have to be loaded by next Sunday, okay? Hi, Mary. Not this Sunday, but next Sunday. I think it's like the 9th or the 7th. I think it's the 7th. Um, and you guys are going to vote. I'm super excited. All right. We are going to just go ahead and do the napkin now. Even though this is a little bit wet, it's totally fine since we're going to do the napkin on top of it. And then we'll sand off all these, spots that are coming out. But look at all that texture. You see it in there? You can add your pumpkin to an order. Yes, it's just going to show up as free. Yep. You can definitely place an order and add a pumpkin to it. You do not have to do it separate. All right, let's do our napkin now. This napkin, I'm not sure if it's 2 or 3 ply, but just remember to take off your layers of your napkin. Okay, we could paint this, and actually, I think I'm going to paint it white. That way, this design stands out a lot more. Peel your layers apart. That is so satisfying. Yep, you can still get it. You can still get it. All right. So remember, Maureen said when you're doing this technique, you don't have to worry about wrinkles in your napkin when you're laying it out. Normally, we don't want wrinkles in our napkin. That's why we do the iron method, which is our favorite, my favorite. But we don't have to worry about that on this one. So we're going to just go ahead. Actually, we're going to put some more Mod Podge on it because it's not wet enough. So we're going to get it all down in the nooks and crannies here. Oh, that's a lot. This definitely reminds me of paper mache, you guys. You guys remember doing that in school at all? And I don't think I've done paper mache as an adult. And now I think I can say that I have because it's very much like that. All right, so since this is so wet, you are going to have to be careful about your napkin ripping, okay? Just got your email that your order is due to be delivered on Tuesday. That means you're good at Tuesday. You have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and you can have Sunday as long as you get it uploaded by Sunday. Okay. Little iron is amazing. You made a teddy bear. Oh my goodness. You made a teddy bear out of paper mache. I love it. All right. I told you I was going to paint this, but we're not because I don't think we need to. So there's Mod Podge on this. I'm just going to kind of go back over the top. You do just need to be very, very careful if you're doing this with a napkin because your napkin can rip, okay? And then that would be a sad pumpkin. So just be very careful. This has created so much texture in this pumpkin. I'm going to pick it up and show you guys here in just a second. Looks like we got an air bubble, maybe. No. So if you want texture on your pumpkin, this is a great way to do it. Maybe another way to add texture would be to use some like spackling, modeling paste, whatever. That would be another great way to add some texture. What are some other ways that we could add texture? Hello, Sandy. So glad you're catching me live too, my friend. All right, we're going to give this a good dry because I want to sand off the edges and I don't want it wet at all. And so while we're doing that, be a little heavy, not too much. So while we're doing that, let's talk about pumpkins. What can they teach us? So think about pumpkins. They don't grow overnight. They take up a lot of space when they sprawl out. Who has ever had who's planted pumpkins? They like sprawl everywhere and they take time. Okay. When you look at your pumpkin, I want you to remember that it's a reminder that our growth sometimes looks messy, sometimes it takes longer than we want, and sometimes it needs room to stretch out. Okay, so think about that. Growth takes time. And so that is something that you can learn from the pumpkin. Oh my gosh, this texture on here is absolutely amazing. Um, I wish we had feel-o-vision so you could like feel it and touch it. Oh my goodness. All right, so think about this. Maybe we can learn that you can shine in every season. So pumpkins aren't just for fall. They feed us, they decorate our tables, but they also their seeds are full of life, guys. The bird, or all of those pumpkin seeds, um, they're just full of life, and so it reminds you that even when the world only sees us in certain seasons, your value is year round. Think about that. That's just amazing. Pumpkins are tall, lopsided, tiny, perfectly round. Literally, no two pumpkins are alike. And so I want you to remember that your uniqueness isn't a flaw. It's really, really what makes you incredible. And it's a blessing. You don't want to be like anybody else. What else? What else? If you look at a pumpkin, what can you think? This texture is phenomenal, you guys. This texture is absolutely phenomenal. It looks like a plaid sweater. Oh, think about this. What's inside is what matters. Pumpkins are known for their shells, but the real treasure is hidden inside the seeds. Okay. So just like us, um, our outside is just a container. The real value is the seeds inside of you of your faith, your creativity, and all of that. So think about that. What's inside is what values. You like pumpkin seeds? I need a really good, if anybody has a really good food crush blast would be amazing on this, Tracy. Spackling compound, yes. You could definitely use a piece of cloth angel. You could cover this in a sweater. I found some sweaters at Goodwill one time, and we made pumpkins out of the sweaters. We got Mod Podge all over our table. Hold on. We definitely got Mod Podge all over the table, but that's okay. You can save this and use it if you want. You love homemade pumpkin seeds? All right. So I need a good recipe, my friends. These are still a little bit, might still be a little bit wet. So you might have to give it, let's put a heavier grit sandpaper on here. Because remember, we have like 3 layers of Mod Podge on here. That's a lot. You feel I have a mush inside, just like the pumpkin. You know what? And that's okay. God uses that mush to create something beautiful. Because there have been seasons in my life where I have literally just felt like mush on the inside, where I didn't have anything to offer, I didn't have anything to give. Um, but we do. We do. All right, this one's going to work a little bit better. It's a little bit heavier grip. The pumpkin isn't ripe until the vines wither. You guys, Dixie, I love that. The pumpkin isn't ripe until the vine withers. Think about that in our life. There was the time when I was in a really, really, really bad spot, and he is pruning you. He is nurturing you to be who he wants you to be. As long as follow in his footsteps. And you're not ripe until the vines wither. You're not ripe until you just sit in the gunk and you let all that stuff just die away. I love that, Dixie. Dixie needs to teach for us. I think we just need Dixie to teach for us today. I love that. You did for the first time this year, Mary said. Are you talking about the pumpkin seeds? We need to. It's always one of those things where we save them and we always have good intentions to do it, but we never do. Or I get distracted and I burn them. So one of the things that you might consider when you're doing this is this is shiny, but it says it's matte. I was going to say, make sure that you're using matte. Um, Y'all, this looks like a sweater. I bet you that you can find some of these plaid napkins somewhere. If you're in the Dream Makers group, you're going to get some napkins in your box in September. So you'll be able to create one of these exactly like this if you want to. Oh my goodness. I'm not going to keep this. You definitely can. Planting pumpkins. You're in that spot right now and can't get out of it. Maureen, when you're in it, it just feels like it's so hard and it's never going to end. And I just want to let you know that I'm going to pray for you. Okay. And your time is coming. Your time is coming. I promise. Can you guys see the texture on that? Oh my goodness. It looks like hold on. It looks like a sweater. Look at that. There you go. Doesn't that look like a soft sweater? Oh my goodness. I'm in love. Love. I dipped it right in my Mod Podge. All right. So we're going to set this to the side because we are going to do a ribbon, a bow, something on it. Let's put a little bit more of this because I chipped it when I dropped it. You know what else we could do? Let's Bring in some more of that dark there. There we go. You're in that space too? Yes, angel pumpkins need space to grow. And sometimes we need that space. We really do. Marissa says she's in that space too. I try to dig myself out, but I seem to keep burying myself. I know exactly how you feel. I absolutely do. There is going to be raffia. There is going to be raffia. However, I also have some other things here that I think we might add and bring to life. Look how cute these are. Oh my goodness. Let's see what else we have. I'm actually pulling this out of something that's old that I did a long time ago. We made this a long time ago and I don't use it anymore. So, you know what? If you don't use it anymore and you made it at one point in time, you can disassemble it and reuse some of the things in it. Look at that. That's going to be gorgeous. That's going to be gorgeous. Ooh, you guys, we have some really cool stuff on here. All right. I think we're gonna call that good on that. And then I was honestly gonna use this a little bit, but I don't think the red is the right color. This is more of a burgundy and this is more of a pink, and I don't think that that's a right color. So we're gonna save that for something else. We're gonna need our hot glue gun. So let's glue it in. Hold on. Let's plug our hot glue gun in. All right. Let's get that going. Ooh, a sunflower would be gorgeous. I like these colors too. Very, very soft. You know, let's burnish the edges a little bit while our glue gun is heating up. How about that? So we're going to take this brown that I have here and let's just burnish the edges. Look at that. You're probably going to be able to see a difference. Can you see the difference from this side to this side? You see how it just softens the edge a little bit? It just kind of makes it defined a little bit more, just really softens it. Check that out. So that was the brown that we used up here. But you can also use lighter colors, or we could take this orange and do some of that. You could take the green and do some green if you wanted. But this one is the brown. Let me get a little bit more out because I don't have any more to do the rest. But I really like the way it just ties it all together. It just softens the edges and just really kind of finishes the look of it. Oh, yeah. Dixie said garlands from Hobby Lobby when they're on clearance and separating them makes a lot of embellishments. Yes. And I actually think I got an email. Did I get an email? I think I got a Sam's Club email that had the most beautiful 4-foot garland and it had navies in it. I think I want to buy it, but I don't know. Looks like a sweater or an afghan. I love it. I do think that I love the sweater look of it. All right, let's go around and finish the rest of the edges here. So you can do this part as little or as much as you want. Okay. If you are thinking, I really like that, but I want it to be a little bit darker, then just go back around and do some more. So I'm going to be sharing some this pumpkin and we're going to be doing a couple more this week. So make sure, come here, get inspired, and you'll be able to have an idea of what you want to do with yours when you get them. So you can comment harvest. I'm going over the top a little bit too because I really think that I like that because it's just kind of hitting the spots that are raised. I'll show it to you here in just a second. Okay, that's a good spot for you to see. Do you see right there how it just kind of got in the top? It's hitting that those raised edges a little bit. Oh, Angel, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. It does make the napkin appear a little bit darker. Yes. And obviously what I'm doing right now going on top is making it a little bit darker, but I just kind of I really like the way it shades it when you do the burnishing. Let's do a little bit more here. We got some here that doesn't really have any color on it. There we go. This is absolutely gorgeous, you guys. I think that parchment paper was perfection for this piece. I really do. And I don't, that was just a great way to bring this to life and make it look like a sweater. Look at that. That's gorgeous. That's so gorgeous. Just enough to where you can still see some of the plaid. Um, but you can also, no, Dixie. The ones that were the item of the week, they are actually in the shop, I think as a bundle of 6, and they're only about this big. Yeah, they're only about this big. So this one is a bigger size. Okay. Yeah. All right. We need, let's see. Let's go ahead and cut these apart so we can use them. I'm not sure if we're going to use them all, but we'll just do it. Do we like this? Ooh, I do like that. We actually have another one in here that we could use as well. Actually, though, actually, hold on. We also got some. Look at this. Those were tucked away in the back, and I didn't even see them. Oh, gorgeous. We should use one of those. Yep, we're going to use one of those. Let's cut this off right here. Actually, we can just pull it off. Didn't need to be cut. Oh my goodness, look at that. Wow. I'm going to cut off this big portion though, just so it doesn't stick out as much. All right. So, I think I want it to go this way instead of this way, but my leaf or my little petal here is saying it needs to go that way. These might be too big. Maybe not. You know what we could do though? Let's do something. Let's do idea. I have an idea. I have an idea. All right, so this is spruce. Do I want to do that? I don't think I want green. I think maybe let's just add the brown and see what that looks like. Let's try to burnish as blowing on things. I love it. You're so funny. All right, let's move this out of the way real quick. We're going to see what happens when we burnish this to just make it not so white. Look at the difference of that. So much better. And look how it's making the veins even stand out a little bit more. So don't be afraid to paint your silk flowers, you guys. I really want those veins to stand out, so I'm gonna go in the middle of there just a little bit. Look at that. I like that better. See the difference? Started out like this. You miss me doing the signature edge? It's been a while since we've done the signature edge. Should we add a little bit of green? That's what I was thinking. We could do a little bit of green. Put a little orange on it. Let's do a little bit of green and orange. How about that? Let's turn this on low because I can smell it. It is hot. It's hot. We'll just do a little bit of orange and then some green. There we go. Hello, Anne. How are you? I get to see you in a couple weeks. Yeah, I'm so excited. So for those of you that I get to see Anne in a couple weeks, are you Reagan's aunt? I think maybe your aunt. Is that right? Do I have the family right? So remember Reagan, those of you that have been around here for a while, Reagan worked with me for a few years and she's getting married. And so I'm going to go to the bridal shower. I'm super excited. But anyway, I get to meet Anne. Anne's been a customer here and I have never met her. All right. Ooh, yeah. A little bit of orange in there. Not too much, just a little bit. You see that orange coming out in there? Wow. So you guys go buy whatever color, go buy some white flowers, white silk flowers, and you can paint them whatever color you want. Spray it with some matte silver and it mutes the green. Great idea, Dixie. Christmas is coming and I'll do my signature edge then. I will because it always looks like snow. Hello, Lucy. Welcome, my friend. Welcome, welcome. All right, let's do a little bit of green. See what that looks like. Might be a little bit too much. Let's maybe just do around the edges. How about that? Oh, I like it. I like it. I like it. Oh, yes, that tones it down just the perfect amount. However, I'm not sure that I'm loving this yet. Let's just put it together and see. Do I want it that long? We might want it that long. And then we're gonna nestle most of the stuff up here in the front. And then I'm gonna put some a raffia bow on it. I'm gonna clip these two off. Yay! Got your notification, Nona. I'm so sorry that Facebook is wonky. I did send a telegram. So if you're on Telegram, all right, so we're gonna put that there. And I think actually, let's put this down here. Look how gorgeous that is. Oh man. I actually just kind of like that. Does the leaf get lost? I feel like the leaf kind of gets lost. Should the leaf stay or should it go? Should I stay or should I go? That's a song. Isn't that a song? It is a song. I don't know. The leaf might be kind of too big. Look, we did all that stuff on painting our leaf really cute, but it might be too big. Let's pull these off and reuse those. What do we think? You didn't get a notification either? It was sent. Good old Mark Zuckerberg there. Oh, look at that. That looks good. It doesn't make the leaf so I don't know. Do you guys like the leaf? Do we like the leaf? I have a really good idea. Is it too big in your opinion? Keep the leaf, but turn it upwards. Like this? I wonder if I have a smaller leaf. Let me think. I don't know that I have a smaller leaf. I don't think I do. I'm looking at the mess that is everywhere. I don't think I have a smaller leaf. And I probably do, but I haven't even unpacked all of my um fall stuff. So I probably have it somewhere. Um Maybe on the other side coming off the stem, we might look at that and see. How would it look putting it underneath? I will try that. Oh, you all would have had a belly laugh if you seen me the other day with raffia. You have such a problem pulling it apart. That's so funny. Put it behind the fern. Some of you like the leaf. Put the leaf under the others. Okay, so one of you said over here, but I think it does blend in a little bit too much. So we could put it up like that. Oh, that's better. That's better. It doesn't look so big. Okay. I think that's a good idea. Does that look better with it behind it? Man, I don't know. And then one of you said this way. I do think I like it all on one side. I think we're going to leave it. I think we're going to do it and we're just going to do it this way. We're doing it. And let's just say right there, that's where it's going. It's happening. And then let's put this right here. You just finished decorating for fall. Oh my goodness. Share pictures, Robin. Share them in the Dream Makers group. I need to. I need to. I have not yet. I definitely need to. I'm going to press that down and hold it for just a second. And I think it's good. I was thinking I might needed to tack it somewhere else because it was kind of wanting to pull up, but I think that it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. All right. Oh, that's hot. All right. So we're going to put this one here. And I really like this. I might use two. I'm You could definitely put this in the middle and make it to where it's on both sides. Um, if you need it to be symmetrical, I know sometimes um, that's a thing, but I think I'm just going to do the one side. I think I like that. That is so gorgeous. And then I think we'll put this on it. Oh, that's so cute. Let's do it. Let's do it. I love when things come together and look so cute. You just did your patio for fall. Fall? I have to say, I don't know. That's a lie. I was gonna say fall is probably one of my favorite to decorate, but I sure do love spring. I sure do love Christmas. I love all the seasons. I really do, just for different reasons. Um, but I need to. I just feel like my weekends get away from me. Ooh, there's a lot of glue there. All right, we're gonna put that right there. Let's get this out again and press it down. There we go. I need one of my finger protectors out. Getting on the road. Where are you headed to, Kathy? Love you, Benita. I hope you feel better. You're resisting the urge until after Labor Day, Dixie? Yes, I agree. And then when do you do your Christmas decorating? We usually do it like November 1st. I mean, it doesn't mean that I'm still so thankful for all the things and at Thanksgiving, but I mean, I love enjoying the beauty of the holidays a little bit more. All right. We're gonna put that there. And then we're going to make a big old raffia bow. You got to use raffia at the fall, right? You just returned from Florida from a vacation in Michigan. The trees are starting to turn. We were driving in our neighborhood and the maple trees are starting to turn. I was like, "Oh, Parker, look." And this week has been like in the upper 70s, low 80s, and you can just feel fall in the air. You can just feel it. You were hoping to have your remodel done by Labor Day, but it's not happening. Decorating seems to take a backseat. Your house is such a mess. It's going to be amazing when it's done, though, Marissa. Remodeling and all of that is never, ever any fun when you're in the thick of it, but I know that it's going to be amazing when you're done. All right, so these we're going to save for another project, or we could just do more. Can you ever have too much? Maybe. Let's see. Trying to look what that looks like. I think I might add that there. Let's see. Let's see what this one looks like. This one's kind of wonky. I think I am gonna put one there. Yeah. Yep, we're gonna put it there. That's where it's going. That's where it's staying. Here we go. Yes, it will be amazing. You were chilled for 10 days. Glad to be home to warmth. Was it chilly in Michigan? Bonnie, do you know Christy from Christy's Craft Room? Were you up by her to where you could go say hello to her? I've never been to Michigan. Yeah, Michigan would be a fun place to go. I'm gonna try to bend this backwards a little bit. There we go. Look how cute that looks so far. Oh my goodness. And look at the texture. That is so gorgeous. So gorgeous. Came back from Northern Michigan and the UP. What's the UP? How do I not know what that is? Am I having a brain fart? And the up and some of the trees were red in the up. It was beautiful. What's the UP? I don't know what that is. Hello, Antoinette. Thank you, Sherry. All right, let's do some raffia. Um, that's on there pretty good. So let's move on. I'm gonna take our raffia bundle and I'm just gonna chop a bunch of it off. I always leave it tied. You guys, if it comes tied, leave it because it's still gonna make a mess, but it's gonna make a little bitter, a smaller mess. Um, let's see, how much do I want? Do I want that much? I think that's how much I want. Maybe. This might be too much. Yeah, this is probably too much. That's okay. This is probably way too much, actually. Let's take half of it. See what that looks like. I think I like the way this one looks better than this one. There we go. Oh, the Upper Peninsula. You learned that a little late. I love it. That's funny. So this end is like you can tell it's been cut. This end is not. This is the one that just is all scraggly. So I'm gonna take half. I mean, whatever half might be. And we're just gonna turn it around. That way you don't have the cut end on both sides. All right. Should we just actually, we're going to just do a bow that is like your cancer ribbon bow. If you've seen one of those, it's probably going to be the easiest. So let me get a piece of twine here. Let's move this out of the way. Y'all, this is so cute. This is so cute. I tell you a secret. If you grab your free pumpkin, this might be one of the prizes. I said it. I said it. That might be one of the prizes. All right. So we're just going to do it like a cancer ribbon, which actually was a little bit difficult. Let's bring that side up. So if you can see, I looped it like a cancer ribbon. Okay. So you have it like this. Okay. And we're going to trim some of these, but this, then we're going to bring it right here. Okay. And now you have a bow. And we're going to make it cuter. We're going to fluff it up. We're going to do all the things, but let's go ahead and tie it with some twine. And it probably doesn't matter that I did that with the cut ends because we're going to be cutting the ends anyway. All right, do my bow rib sides look the same before we tighten it? Let's go ahead and tie it into a knot. Why didn't I wait to watch you use the raffia instead of getting mine all over creation, right? I leave it in a knot. Yeah, because it's a mess. And then it just gets tangled. It's just a mess. I love it. Bonnie, you're from Northern Michigan and also TC. What's the TC? You guys have all these nicknames, these acronyms, and I don't, the initials. You met up with two CMM ladies. Oh, how fun. Who did you meet up with? I know a lot of the CMM ladies. So fun. I mean, I just absolutely love the creative community. Um, it's just, I don't know. I mean, having this community has been such a blessing, not just to me, but to everybody else in the community. And it's just an inspiring community, and I absolutely love it. And I love being able to meet you guys in person. The yuppers call the people from Lower Michigan trolls because they are below the bridge. Oh, that's so funny. Traverse City. That's hilarious. They call them trolls. That's hilarious. That's so funny. All right, so we have our bow and we got a lot of stragglers here, so we're going to trim them up. And this is why I said it probably didn't really make a difference on me cutting because I'm going to cut these. But we're going to scrunch this and make it messy just like that. And let's go ahead and pull all this down here. And let's just go ahead and trim all this. And then if we need to give it a haircut again, when we put it on our pumpkin, we will. Let's see how it looks on there. Because we don't want it to overshadow, take away from the pumpkin, because the pumpkin is gorgeous. And oh my goodness, look at that. However, it might be a little big. So let's just pull it and make it a little bit smaller. There we go. Let's see. These are longer. Let's see which one. These, there's that one. I'm pulling to see which one these are. It's this one. There we go. They were a little bit not even. Hold on, let's get this one out front so it's not straggling. All right, we might trim those a little bit more. Oh, that looks so cute. Ooh, I think I love it. Let's go ahead and put it right there. Let's see. Do I like it that way? That is so cute. Did you paint the palettes or is it paper? This is a napkin. So, Nona, remember when we did the owl inside the I think I like it this way. When we did the owl inside the Dream Makers group, we did the parchment paper. So underneath is the parchment paper so that we have all that texture and it kind of looks like a sweater. Check out all that texture. But then I put a napkin on top of it. Okay. So it's all Mod Podged on. We just didn't press it down or use an iron because that's going to flatten it a little bit more and you want the texture. So, and you will get one of these napkins. There's a set of 4 and you're going to get 2. So you're going to get 2 plaid napkins. It may be this one, it may be 2 other ones. But they're all the same like color family, like they all are fall. So inside the Dream Makers box for the month of September, you're going to get a plaid napkin. So you can do this if you want. Hold on, I need some more. I need to put another glue stick in. I think I can make this work though. Let's press it. Let's just press it a little bit. There we go. Oops. No. There we go. Now let's unplug it so I don't burn myself on it. This one, napkin won't come until your September box. So it'll be with our scarecrow. Yep, it'll be with our scarecrow. Look at that. I love it. Now, if I wanted to go in and put some other stuff over here, we could try that and see maybe if they're, I think it's good. You can just see a little hint of the leaf back there. Look how cute that is, you guys. Look at our pumpkin. Oh my goodness, this is the cutest pumpkin ever. Oh my goodness. Let's trim these a little bit, but I'm thinking I need some actual sharp scissors first. Let's trim these to where they're kind of all different lengths because I don't want it to be so, I don't want it to look like I just gave it a haircut. And actually, let's just go ahead and do it. But this side is a lot more like free. And that's probably not the right word, but I'm going to, like, these are thicker. They aren't as separated as much as these. So I'm going to take my little tool here and I'm just going to push it in some of those and just separate them. There we go. Here's another one that's pretty thick. Let's separate this one. It's just going to take them apart and let's scrunch them up some. There we go. That's better. It just needed to look a little bit more messy. Oh my goodness. We need the perfect bow, or we need the perfect button or something. Don't we? Does it need a button? Leaf well enough alone. It doesn't need any more. I agree. Ooh, an acorn in the middle of the bow would be adorable. I don't know if I have an acorn, and I honestly don't know if I even have. We're gonna put this all back in our bucket here. Don't know if I have a button that would be the right colors. So this one has some orange in it. No. However, however, just because these have a design on the front, I mean, we can, yeah, had a haircut and now we're brushing it, right? Because because I think these are just all a little bit too vibrant and too bright. Ooh, that one looks cute though. That one does look kind of cute there. Oh, I think I like that one. It's just got green and stuff on it. Let's do this. I have an idea. Let's bring some of our orange in it. There we go. And it toned down some of those colors a little bit. Oh, that's perfect. Perfection. Look, and we undid our glue gun. I'm sure it's hot enough though. Ta-da! Oh my goodness. I just think we've created the cutest pumpkin of the season. Until maybe tomorrow when we create another one. A rustic button would be absolutely adorable. A rusty star, that would be adorable. That would be so cute. There's really, oh my goodness. We got this piece here that's like sticking up. Let's go ahead and just cut that. I think these scissors need to be gone. There you go. Look at that. Look what you can make with a free pumpkin, you guys. Grab your pumpkin. These are about 8 by 10 size. They're going to come um, with some cardboard so that your stem doesn't break during shipment. But grab your free pumpkin, okay? This is absolutely adorable. I love it. Just as a recap of how we did this, let's go through that real quick. Let's give a recap. So we painted our stem brown, gave it a little bit of texture with some different colors. And then we crumpled up parchment paper. Okay. Crumpled up parchment paper, gave it that really crumbly, like messy look. Mod Podged it down. And then the extra parchment paper we had, we crumbled it up some more and tore it and put it in layers on there. And then we took a napkin. This is a napkin, and we put it on there. It was a calic, right? We put it on there, and again, left the texture. You don't want to press out any of those wrinkles. You don't want to press out any of those, just that you want that texture there. That's what kind of gives it the look of like someone said an Afghan or like a sweater or something like that. And then we burnished the edges a little bit. You can see they're a little bit darker, kind of finished off the edge. And then we beautified it up with some embellishments. I love it. I think that I might want to keep it, but this is going to be a prize. It's going to be one of the prizes. It's so cute. Who loves it? Would you make one just like this? What other colors would you use on it? Because here's the deal. You can find napkins that are plaid, or you don't even have to use a plaid napkin. You can use anything. You can use scrapbook paper. You can use scrapbook paper and do the exact same thing that I did with the parchment paper. Just be a little bit cautious because your scrapbook paper is going to tear a little bit more than your parchment paper is going to. A rustic baby pin with a tattered sign saying it's fall, y'all, or happy fall. Oh, that's a great idea, Marissa. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Maureen. I love that idea, Marissa. So grab your free pumpkins. Join the pumpkin crafting contest. Sunday night is going to be the last day that you can get your free pumpkin. They're all going to be mailed out Monday. Well, actually, that's a holiday. So they will get in anybody that orders on Sunday. So don't wait till the last minute, okay? Because then you might not get your pumpkin till like Thursday or Friday, and then you only have a couple days to bring it to life, which is fine. I mean, I think we should set some time aside and have a little fun, have a little creativity. And then we're going to have pumpkin contest. And all of you guys are going to vote for your favorite one. And that's going to be the winner. I'm so, so, so excited. I can't wait. So grab your pumpkins. There's a link in the description, I believe. You can also comment harvest and it will send you the link. And if you want to go ahead and join us inside the Dream Makers group, comment dream and I will send you the link with all the details. If you have any questions, please let me know. We went live this morning in there. We're live every week in there. I think that's all I have for you guys. I'm obsessed. I love this. I have to say that um, we did amazing. We did amazing, didn't we? Look at that. So much cuteness. All right. Happy fall, y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me today. You're definitely going to have to try this technique, Karen. So much fun. And it's going to be like, think about using this texture for fall and winter. Okay. If you kind of want to have that sweater look, this is perfect. This is perfect. All right. Thank you, Kathy. Just got home. So glad you made it home safely. I'm so glad that we got to hang out with you while you were driving home. So I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow. I'll be live tomorrow with another pumpkin. That's going to be just as cute, but probably totally different. So make sure you're here. Have all your notifications turned on. All right. I love you guys.